published, 11:03 EDT, the 22nd of May 2018, updated, 18:57 EDT, the 22nd of May 2018. Meghan Markle made her first outing as the Duchess of Sussex today as the newlyweds arrived at Prince Charles's 70th birthday party at Buckingham Palace. The honeymoon is over for Prince Harry and Meghan, with the new Duke of Sussex giving a warm and witty speech at the garden party in honour of his father. Prince Charles, the Duchess of Sussex, was given a warm welcome into the family, with Prince Harry explicitly referring to the garden party as a family celebration during his speech. Harry and Meghan enjoyed only a brief private getaway following their wedding on Saturday, delaying their full honeymoon to honour the prince, with talks of a mini-moon in Ireland in June or July. But their newlywed energy was on full display as she rubbed her hand up and down her husband's back as they made their way out. Meghan joined Prince Harry, Camilla and Prince Charles for the family celebration today. For Prince Charles's 70th birthday, Meghan placed a protective arm around Harry as they made their way back inside during the garden party. The pair never seemed to lose touch with one another, and Meghan held her new husband's arm as she navigated the grass in 4.5-inch heels. The outing is Meghan and Harry's first event as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex for the first time at this afternoon's garden party. Meghan was addressed as Her Royal Highness, HRH. In public, the Duchess of Sussex, who will be referred to as Her Royal Highness, HRH, for the first time in public, wore a white dress by Goat and a hat by Philip Tracy, switching up her signature messy bun for a chic updo. Meghan's nerves at her first public outing were quickly offset by a light-hearted moment when a bumblebee flew into Prince Harry's ear during his speech, sending her into a fit of giggles. Harry, who was midway through the speech at Buckingham Palace in London, suddenly lost his place and said, laughing, to say PHFFFF, that bee really got me. Prince Charles, Camilla, and Meghan, the new Duchess of Sussex, laughed together at the Prince of Wales's birthday party today. Meghan enjoyed only a brief private getaway with Harry following their wedding at Windsor Castle on Saturday. The garden party saw more than 6,000 people, all from the charities and military associations most closely linked with the prince, descend on the grounds of Buckingham Palace. Meghan's nerves at her first public outing were quickly offset by a light-hearted moment when a bumblebee flew into Prince Harry's ear during his speech, sending her into a fit of giggles. Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, Prince Charles, Prince of Wales, Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall, and Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. People will be expected to curtsy to the new Duchess of Sussex and call her mom at the garden party today. The Duchess asked her father-in-law to accompany up part of the aisle for the St. George's Chapel service. Prince Harry speaks to those gathered for Charles's 70th birthday celebrations, while Camilla and Meghan listen. The newlyweds looked delighted to be in attendance of the garden party, despite sacrificing having a full honeymoon to make it. Prince Charles playfully swung his umbrella while holding his top hat during his birthday celebrations as his wife clapped in a speech. Harry told his father, "It is your selfless drive to effect change, whether that is to improve the lives of those who are on the wrong path, to save an important piece of our natural heritage, or to protect a particular species under threat, which William and I draw inspiration from every day." The crowd then erupted into fits of laughter after Harry was attacked by an insect, joking, "I'm sorry, that bee really got me." He continued, "So Pa, while I know that you've asked that today not be about you, you must forgive me if I don't listen to you, much like when I was younger. And instead, I ask everyone here to say a huge thank you to you for your incredible work over nearly 50 years. Charles looked slightly bemused and she leant across the laughing Duchess of Cornwall to explain to him what had happened. Ironically, Harry had just praised his father's lifelong determination to protect species under threat. Harry said today, We are here today to reflect on and to celebrate my father's dedicated support to all of you and the work that you do. But first, I would like us to take a moment to remember all those affected by the tragic events at the Manchester Arena a year ago. We are fortunate to have over 250 representatives of the emergency services here today. It is right that we take a moment to recognize the amazing work they do every day, and how each member of our blue light services rise to meet the challenge of tragic events such as the attack a year ago. We are also joined by Youth United cadets. Their organization also provided triage support to the medical crews on the attack. So, on behalf of my family, and everyone here, I would like to say thank you to the emergency services and all those who supported the injured and affected. The Duchess of Cornwall met a gospel choir at the garden party today, some members of which had performed at the royal wedding on Saturday. Prince Charles also enjoyed a laugh with the Kingdom Choir, some of who had performed at the wedding on Saturday, where he walked his new daughter-in-law Meghan Markle down part of the aisle. Prince Charles and Camilla posed for photographs together on the lawn during the garden party. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex smiles for the cameras along with Charles and Camilla at the birthday celebration today. The garden party sees more than 6,000 people descend on the grounds of Buckingham Palace for music and speeches. The Duchess of Sussex was given a warm welcome into the family, with Prince Harry explicitly referring to the garden party as a family celebration. During his speech asked whether Meghan would be insisting on royal protocol being enforced, Kensington Palace declined to comment. When Meghan embarked on meeting charity representatives, she cleverly extended her hand to shake before most had a chance to bow. Prince Harry speaks as Charles, Camilla and Meghan listen at the garden party at Buckingham Palace this afternoon. Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, walked with her husband, Prince Harry, as they attended the garden party this afternoon. Prince Harry has offered an increasingly public insight into his relationship with his father this year. Garden parties now allow the Queen and other members of the royal family to recognize and reward public service. Once inside a garden party, around 27,000 cups of tea are served, 20,000 sandwiches and 20,000 slices of cakes are eaten. Meghan looked elegant in a dress by Goat and hat by Philip Tracy for the Buckingham Palace garden party. The former suit star swapped the handbags she usually sports for a pale pink clutch bag, and in her most surprising departure from her typical style, donned a pair of Sloane sheer tights. Her shoes showed a bit of edge, however, with a clear PVC panel detailing on front. My brother William would be here today, were he not attending a service in Manchester to honour their victims, their families, the emergency services and the survivors this afternoon. Our thoughts are with those who lost loved ones and those still dealing with the experiences of that night. It really is amazing to see so many of you here today for this family celebration. I say family, because this is a chance for us to honour to Prince of Wales's work over the last 40+ years, with all of his charities, patronages, and military associations, and, as you all know, my father views all of your organizations like an extended family. The new Duchess of Sussex stunned in a green dress with sheer mesh sleeves by Goat, a brand loved by her sister-in-law Kate. The former suit star swapped the handbags she usually sports for a pale pink clutch bag, and in her most surprising departure from her typical style, donned a pair of Sloane sheer tights. She teamed the ensemble with an elegant cream hat by royal favourite Philip Tracy, and finally ditched the messy bun she loves for a chic updo without a hair out of place. Celebrity stylist Lucas Armitage told Female, "Here we see Meghan as a royal for the first time, and is notable that she has upped her game. We have seldom seen her as coordinated, and she very rarely wears one colour in this unified way. We are used to seeing royals utilize this monocolour dress code for public engagements. The overall look is a step into a more polished style that is becoming of her new position as a royal. The dress is cut to perfection and the curved empire line adds a nipped-in waist detail. The sheer sleeve keeps things conservative but also appropriate for the spring weather. Centering his speech on the work of his father, Harry made the speech feel very personal, referencing his early relationship with his father. He said, "So, Pa, while I know that you've asked that today not be about you, you must forgive me if I don't listen to you, much like when I was younger, and instead, I ask everyone here to say a huge thank you to you, for your incredible work over nearly 50 years. After finishing their speech, father and son kissed on both cheeks, before posing for a photograph with charity leaders. When Meghan embarked on meeting charity representatives, she cleverly extended her hand to shake before most had a chance to bow. "I knew I was going to curtsy, but she shook my hand," said Diana Langson, from 2nd Battalion Irish Regiment of Canada. They were both so friendly and so kind and genuine when they spoke. We offered them congratulations on the wedding and they just said thank you. They're probably tired of talking about it. It has been a phenomenal day, and the opportunity to meet them all is overwhelming. Sophie Rogers, 26, gave their Duchess what appears to be her first gift as Her Royal Highness, a handmade crystal necklace from her own studio, High Vibe Designs. Ms. Rogers had received a grant from the Prince's Trust 2 years ago, going on to start her own successful business. "Oh, how sweet, thank you," said the Duchess. "I was just admiring your necklace, it's beautiful." Corporal Gregory Gilbert, 2nd Battalion, Irish Regiment of Canada, said meeting Harry and Meghan was wonderful after he and his colleagues flew over especially for the party. 2nd Lieutenant Reid Killen said, "It felt like talking to my youngest son. The Duke reminds me very much of him. He's always joking around and Harry has the same sense of humor." His wife Janine Killen said, "I always thought the royals were from far away, but they are very down to earth. They can meet anybody anywhere and have the right words to say." Major Kirk Langdon said, "It was excellent meeting the Duke and Duchess, it was everything I thought it would be." He added, "We all came over from Canada, 10 of us were asked to come out and celebrate. We will definitely be going to Windsor and all the other sites." The garden party saw more than 6,000 people, all from the charities and military associations most closely linked with the Prince, descend on the grounds of Buckingham Palace for music, speeches, and, of course, a customary cup of tea and cucumber sandwich. Charles will actually turn 70 on November 14th. With this the first public celebration of the milestone. The Duchess of Cornwall shares a joke with the new Duchess of Sussex at the Buckingham Palace garden party today. The Duchess of Sussex holds her hat at a garden party at Buckingham Palace in London this afternoon. Meghan is said to have met Charles frequently in private and found they had a great deal of common ground. Meghan and Charles are said to have found they have much common ground in terms of their charitable interests. Guests enjoyed music, speeches, and, of course, a customary cup of tea and cucumber sandwich. Harry and his new bride Meghan worked closely with Prince Charles on the choice of music for their big day. Meghan proudly shows off her ring as she holds her clutch purse at the Prince of Wales's 70th birthday celebrations. There is clearly a growing bond between 36-year-old former actress Meghan and her new family. Prince Charles spoke with Patemba Sherpa of the Sherpa Heritage Museum Project during the garden party. Meghan smiles as she attends the garden party at Buckingham Palace today in her new role as Duchess of Sussex. Harry and Meghan's wedding ceremony on Saturday in Windsor was hailed as reflecting the diversity of the UK. It is likely be a strange experience for the new Duchess, not just because she will never have seen anything like it. For the first time, she will be addressed as Her Royal Highness, HRH. In public and people will be expected to curtsy to her and call her ma'am. asked whether Meghan would be insisting on royal protocol being enforced, Kensington Palace declined to comment. The Duchess of Cornwall was also attending today's garden party at her husband's side, as he was hailed for his lifetime of work dedicated to the charity sector. Prince William was not present as he was in Manchester marking the first anniversary of last year's terror attack, while the Duchess of Cambridge is on maternity leave. Charles will actually turn 70 on November 14, with this the first public celebration of the milestone. He is expected to have a private party for family and friends closer to the day. Today's T70th birthday patronage celebration will see the royal family joined by members of the public. The Duchess of Sussex is at the event celebrating Charles' charitable work and association with military regiments and units. Garden parties have been a fixture at Buckingham Palace since Queen Victoria's time. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle returned to duty this afternoon, delaying their honeymoon to honour Prince Charles. Meghan Markle leaves Kensington Palace in London to head to a garden party at Buckingham Palace today. The attendance of the new Duke and Duchess at the party reflects both the shared interests of father and son over much of their charity work, and the growing bond between Meghan, 36, and her new family. The Duchess, who asked her father-in-law to accompany up part of the aisle for the St. George's Chapel service, is said to have met him frequently in private and found they had a great deal of common ground, particularly in terms of their charitable interests. She was so touched by his chivalry towards her mother, Doria Ragland, during the wedding, where he was seen to reach out his hand to her in the chapel and offer his arm as they walked down the stairs, that she publicly thanked him in a speech later in the day. The prince and his wife also invited Miss Ragland, 61, to tea shortly after she touched down in London last Wednesday. Harry, too, has offered an increasingly public insight into his relationship with his father this year, beginning with an interview on their Today program when he acted as guest editor, and continuing with a joint appearance at a conservation conference earlier this year. Prince Charles waves to well-wishers as he arrives for a garden party at Buckingham Palace to celebrate his 70th birthday. Meghan is at the event celebrating Charles's charitable work and association with military regiments and units. The Duchess of Sussex smiles as arrives for a garden party at Buckingham Palace to celebrate the 70th birthday of Charles. The Duchess of Sussex is seen leaving Kensington Palace to attend the Prince of Wales's 70th birthday celebrations today. It is likely be a strange experience for the new Duchess, not just because she will never have seen anything like it at the wedding on Saturday. The groom was seen to say "Thank you, Pa," as his father walked Meghan to the altar, after her own father, Thomas Markle, pulled out at the last minute. The prince and his new bride also worked closely with Charles on the choice of music for their big day. It was actually Harry's father who had the idea to use the phenomenally successful gospel choir. Garden parties have been a fixture at Buckingham Palace since Queen Victoria's time and now allow the Queen and other members of the royal family to recognize and reward public service. Harry and Meghan are attending their first official royal engagement since they married on Saturday, once inside a garden party. Around 27,000 cups of tea are served, 20,000 sandwiches and 20,000 slices of cakes are consumed. Today's the Prince of Wales' 70th birthday patronage celebration will see the royal family joined by members of the public from 386 of the Prince of Wales' patronages and 20 of his military affiliations. Perhaps mindful of overshadowing Charles, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex posed for a few photographs and spoke to a handful of people before making a quiet exit. A number of guests from the emergency services, police, fire, ambulance, mountain rescue, and RNLI, with 100 cadets from Youth United helping out on the day. One cadet who was present at the Manchester Arena during the bombing last year will also be there, on the anniversary of the attack. Guests will be treated to musical performances from the Band of the Welsh Guards, the Mixed Voice Borough Welsh Choir, the Caldecott Male Voice Choir, the National Youth Pipe Band and a Gospel Choir. For more than 40 years, Charles has been a leader in identifying need and setting up and driving forward charities to meet it. He carries out hundreds of engagements every year in support of them and, collectively, the Prince of Wales's charities raise more than £120 million annually to support his charitable work in the UK and overseas. Charles is also patron or president of over 420 charities, the oldest patronage being the Bath Preservation Trust, which the Prince has been patron of since 1973. He began his career in the armed services in March 1971, when he started a 4-month attachment with the RAF at Cranwell, Lincolnshire. The Prince had already gained his private pilot's license, and flew himself to Cranwell on 8 March, in a twin-engined Basset of the Queen's flight, to start advanced training to qualify as a jet pilot. Flight Lieutenant the Prince of Wales was awarded his RAF wings at RAF Cranwell on 20th of August 1971. Over the years the Prince has since gained affiliations with 20 Army regiments and formations, 3 naval appointments, and 3 Air Force relationships. These links are with organisations from both the UK Armed Services and a number of Commonwealth countries. Official photos, an evening reception at Frogmore House and just a one-day break at Windsor Castle before diving straight into royal duties, a whirlwind few days for Harry and Meghan. Most newlyweds look forward to their honeymoon almost as much as they do their actual wedding day, with a relaxing few days spent on the beach without the stress of making sure the big day goes off without a hitch. But Prince Harry and Meghan Markle aren't most newlyweds, and have spent the past few days diving straight into royal duties, after posing for official photos to be shared with millions around the world. The couple enjoyed an evening reception at Frogmore House attended by some of their closest friends and family. They then took a one-day break at Windsor Castle before driving back to their flat at Kensington Palace yesterday. Today the pair dived straight into their royal duties after a whirlwind few days, with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex making their first married outing at Prince Charles's garden party. A happy-looking Harry and Meghan are seen returning to their flat at Kensington Palace last night 2 days after walking down the aisle. These are the extraordinary official wedding photographs released by Prince Harry and Meghan Markle show the couple in love and entwined on Windsor Castle's East Terrace shortly after they married. The Duke and Duchess are pictured in the green drawing room, Windsor Castle, with, left to right, back row, Master Jasper Dyer, Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, there. Prince of Wales, mother of the bride Doria Ragland, the Duke of Cambridge middle row, Brian Mulroney, the Duke of Edinburgh, Her Majesty the Queen, the Duchess of Cambridge, Princess Charlotte, Prince George, Rylan Lytton's John Mulroney front row, Ivy Mulroney, Florence Van Cutsum, Zali Warren and Remy Lytton. This extraordinary image with their 6 bridesmaids and 4 page boys. George, third from the right, is grinning cheekily, as is Charlotte, second left on the floor. Here the Duke and Duchess were pictured in green drawing room, Windsor Castle, with, left to right, back row, Brian Mulroney, Remy Litt, Rylan Litt, Jasper Dyer, Prince George, Ivy Mulroney, John Mulroney front row, Zali Warren, Princess Charlotte and Florence Van Cutsum. Meghan Markle and Harry have been praised for their modernizing wedding ceremony and passionate kiss of the steps of St. George's Chapel on Saturday. The newlyweds leave Windsor Castle after the royal wedding on their way to the evening reception at Frogmore House by Siofra Brennan after months of injecting her royal style with an element of her California girl roots. Meghan Markle has unveiled a new polished look for her first engagement as a royal. The new Duchess of Sussex stunned in a green dress with sheer mesh sleeves by Goat, a brand loved by her sister-in-law Kate, as she attended a garden party celebrating Prince Charles' 70th birthday at Buckingham Palace. The former Suits star swapped the handbags she usually sports for the kind of pale pink clutch bag, and in her most surprising departure from her typical style, donned a pair of Sloane sheer tights, the kind favoured by the Duchess of Cambridge. She teamed the ensemble with an elegant cream hat by royal favourite Philip Tracy, and finally ditched the messy bun she loves for a chic updo without a hair out of place. Even her accessories were more regal than the hipster trinkets she usually favours, opting for a slim diamond bracelet and £1,400 diamond earrings by Belgian designer Vanessa Tugendhaft. Celebrity stylist Lucas Armitage told Female, "Here we see Meghan as a royal for the first time, and is notable that she has upped her game. We have seldom seen her as coordinated, and she very rarely wears one colour in this unified way. We are used to seeing royals utilize this monocolour dress code for public engagements." The new Duchess of Sussex stunned in a green dress with sheer mesh sleeves by Goat, a brand loved by her sister-in-law Kate, for a garden party at Buckingham Palace. Meghan donned a pair of Sloane sheer tights, the kind favoured by the Duchess of Cambridge, left, and the Queen, right. Even her accessories were more regal. The glowing newlywed couldn't resist reminding onlookers of her big bridal moment by donning a cream outfit. Their overall look is a step into a more polished style that is becoming of her new position as a royal. The dress is cut to perfection, and the curved empire line adds a nipped-in waist detail. The sheer sleeve keeps things conservative but also appropriate for the spring weather. The new look Meghan instantly raised eyebrows among the most eagle-eyed royal watchers, who were quick to notice the LA native had not gone bare-legged for the occasion. Fans noticed Meghan had gone down the obligatory HRH route with her sheer tights. Harry and Meghan, who enjoyed only a brief private getaway following their wedding on Saturday, returned to duty today, delaying their honeymoon to honour the Prince of Wales at a garden party. For the celebration of Charles' 70th birthday in the gardens of Buckingham Palace, more than 6,000 people are attending, all from the charities and military associations most closely linked with the Prince. The former Suits actress swapped her usual handbags for a neat clutch of the kind favoured by the Duchess of Cambridge. The glowing newlywed couldn't stop smiling as she attended her first official engagement as part of the royal family back to business. Harry and Meghan have delayed their honeymoon to complete Their first official engagements as a married couple. The former Suits star finally ditched her favored messy bun for a chic updo to go with her elegant hat. However, while today is all about Charles, Meghan couldn't resist reminding people of her big day just gone by, stepping out in white again. Lucas said, "Brides wearing white is a tradition we all know, but it seems Meghan is taking it to new heights by doing white beyond her wedding day. White top to toe is a chic look, so it only seems right she should continue her week in the color she married a prince in. Here comes the bride." Meghan wowed in a £200,000 Givenchy dress when she married Prince Harry at St George's Chapel in Windsor on Saturday. Royal fans defended Meghan's gorgeous wedding hair after her messy bun was criticised for coming undone for her wedding on Saturday. Meghan stuck with her favourite hairstyle, a messy bun with loose strands falling around her face. It prompted some social media users to slam the bride's unruly hair, commenting on the stray strands that came loose, while others defended herself for choosing a simple but stunning hairstyle. Today, the newlywed was taking no chances and sported a much neater look than we're used to seeing. Part of the family. The new Duchess seemed to be getting on famously with her father-in-law Charles and his wife Camilla, not a hair out of place. Today the new Duchess sported a neat updo after having her hair styled in a messy bun for her wedding on Saturday in full regal mode. Meghan paired her ensemble with nude court shoes, a favourite with royals such as the Duchess of Cambridge.